it's a Napa. It's easy calling that bluff. They want that gimme, 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 but this isn't ABBA. I show up looking dapper, my mama's favorite rapper. She taught me never let a moment pass you, so I just run away, and I never look back. I hope it's what I'm hoping for. Run away, I got my backpack. Travel light, got my life inside a suitcase. Bought a ticket, I'm just trying to find a new place. What's the occasion, baby? Just another Tuesday. Okay, life feel like a movie. Okay, it's just another Tuesday. Say that you're lonely, then send me your ID. Got nothing to hold me right where I'm at. So come and hit closely, want you to be happy. You're tired of roaming right off the map. She said I'm overzealous, she said I'm all but jealous. I probably would've said the same thing looking back. She said I'm out my melon, I never learned my lesson. I probably would've said the same thing looking back. Day one, yeah, you've been my day one. When they hit me for the sauce, I gave them all that A1. Fake love, yeah, they give me fake love. You the only one I wanted with me on my way up. Can we just run away, and I never look back. I hope it's what I'm hoping for. Run away, I got my backpack. Travel light, got my life inside a suitcase. Bought a ticket, I'm just trying to find a new place. What's the occasion, baby? Just another Tuesday. Okay, our life feel like a movie. Okay, it's just another Tuesday. Say that you're lonely, then send me your ID. Got nothing to hold me right where I'm at. So come and hit closely, want you to be happy. You're tired of roaming right off the map.
What is going on? It is just another Tuesday. And it's really, though, is it really? I am here with two of my favorite people on the planet, Candido Diaz, a.k.a. the Candid Mortgage guy, and Mark Sullivan at Approved with Mark. What's up, fellas?
What up?
What's going on? Not much going on today.
Not much going on today.
Technical difficulties because apparently I can't add a virtual background unless I'm signed in, and I didn't get here in time to sign in, so I had this really awesome American flag background that I was going to put up, but hey, we got bricks and a bookcase today.
Same thing.
So, yeah, you know,
I like bricks and a bookcase.
Brick by brick is how this country was founded. There's my tie-in.
I like the symbology there. How's that?
What's up, fellas?
It's good stuff. How's the week going, guys? We're going to get into wins and losses here in a minute, but we all know that it is not just another Tuesday. We've got some big things going on, and we're going to be keeping it PC today, no matter who your candidate is. We hope that you tune in because we got some awesome content. What's been up for the past week with each of you guys?
First and foremost, hope everybody does have the chance to go and vote today. I will say Charlton, Massachusetts, which is on everybody's radar, of course, has it down pat, man. I was in and out. The parking lot was full, but it was at my daughter's school, the school day off here in our district. But, shout out to Charlton, Mass, man. They got it down.
Good stuff. Mark, man, what's been up? I know you've had some stuff going on, but tell us some good stuff that you've had over this last week.
Yeah. I got some applications coming in. I got actually 3 loans to submit today, which is very different than how most of this year's gone for me. So I'm pretty excited about that. I've already voted early, so my vote's been in for about a week now. And in Missouri, we paper vote. There's no machines. So I did stand in that line for about 2 hours, which made me angry. But I did it. And then we go from there. But hey, wins, I'd say 3 applications. Got my CE almost done. So, here's to that. Hopefully the state of Georgia will give me some leeway since I didn't get it done by their deadline. We're going to call that a loss.
Yikes. Okay. Wins and losses. Candido, what are your biggest wins and maybe a loss for this week that really sticks out to you?
Yeah, so wins, man, it's I strongly believe you get what you put into something. Been at it with BNI, but I really try to step up my game lately because I'm VP of our group. And I feel like I've been putting a lot more into the group, a lot more into getting to know and meet with people. And I feel like it's starting to really truly pay off. So honestly, my win of the week is you get what you put into something. I'm really excited because it's really starting to I think pay off because I'm putting more time into it. So that's my win of the week. You know what? I'm just gonna go for it. I'm going with another win today. I'm not trying to be
A
negative.
double win from Candido.
Something that Sean is really tried to master. I feel like over the last, especially over the last year, Sean, is your calendar, right? And really being set in with what you do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. For me, it's not something that I really enjoyed, but I took the time, sat down, and really tried to map out my, what my day and what my week and what my month actually looks like. So you know what? Maybe my loss is that it took me a long time. But my win is that last week I really dove into it. And it's a work in progress, but my calendar is full of a bunch of colors and whatnot, but it's looking a lot better than it was before.
Sweet. I like it, man. That's the way to run your weeks. I used to let my weeks run me, and it was tough. And as you get further into that, I bet I have a feeling that you're going to look back and be like, oh man, like my weeks kind of were running me compared to how I feel now. So I'm excited that you're on that path, man. Dude, my wins and losses. So I'm going to go personal on both sides. So my loss is I don't know what the heck I did other than just get older, but my left arm
Certainly
is
did that.
like I got something going on my shoulder. I can't sleep. I can't walk around without it hurting. I think it's just it's a symptom of old age, getting up there, but it is tweaked and it's just a constant dull pain. No bueno. Don't like it. Need to fix it. My win, near and dear to my heart, man. My littlest dude. So I got 3 kids. For those of you tuning in for the first time, 9, 7, and 5. And my little man turned 5 recently, and we celebrated him. And took him out. He wanted to go to an arcade. So we got a place here locally called Cidercade. It's a giant warehouse with every video game, new to old, that you can think of. And he wanted to go to Cidercade. So we went to Cidercade, jammed on a bunch of games, had a ton of fun, let him pick out all the food for the day. It was an absolute blast. So really enjoyed getting to celebrate my little man and make him feel special. So that was a huge win for me and for him.
That's awesome. Happy belated birthday.
I appreciate that. So Mark is doing his best disappearing act at the moment, but we're going to continue on. And gang, it is election day, and we're going to keep it PC, but not the PC that you're thinking of. This isn't politically correct. We are talking today about how to be persistently consistent, that type of PC, and how it's impacted our businesses and how we can really, Candido, this is in line with what you were talking about with your win, is how we can leverage our time in a way to be more consistent and persistent with our business and our referral partners. So Candido, why don't you kick us off and tell us a little bit about what persistency and consistency means to you and your business, and how you go about trying to include those 2 concepts on a daily, weekly basis.
Well, I don't know if I can really speak to that, because once you said PC, I thought we were talking about personal computers. So my entire monologue is completely ruined. But yeah. So yeah, no, for me, it's all about consistency, right? And I try to prove that with what I do on social media. And a lot of it started about a year ago, and lo and behold, right around when we were starting this very podcast, for me, everything seemed to change once I really started taking everything a little bit more serious. Now, for me, what does that actually look like? Well, every morning, yep, you guessed it, I get up and I work out. I truly believe that people that are, and it doesn't have to be. Look, you don't have to spend 3 hours in the gym every single day, but for me, that's how I start my day. That's how a lot of successful people start their day, with some sort of movement, right? So I'm always talking about how I get 10,000 steps a day. So if we truly break it down, between last November and today, I have gotten 10,000 steps every single day, except for I want to say it was 4 days. And that was because my beautiful bride saw that I hurt my back enough to where I had to go to the doctors, and she followed me into the doctor's office and made sure to enforce that I was not going to be working out for those 4 days. So yeah,
Live things sometimes, right?
I know, right? So yeah, hey,
Okay,
speaking of old age,
you just tuned in and that's all you heard. Watch us back, get the context.
Right. Yeah. For me, it's extremely important now to take that one step further. And it's actually, myself, Sean, and Mark, we're all part of a group where we did kind of like a loan officer book club, if you will. And I really enjoyed it. But for me, because the best part for me was I was able to listen to the audiobook while working out. Now, I wasn't able to like meditate and everything while working out. That just didn't work. But what it kind of taught me a cadence. It taught me that, you know what, I think I can actually do this and make the best use of my time. So what I started doing, and this was probably more of a December 2023, kind of starting to test this out. But what I would do was I would look around and try and get some sort of podcast, some sort of informational type show, and really set, okay, I'm working out every single day, every single morning. How can I make a better use of my time? Well, for that entirety of that time, I would be listening, watching, however, taking in information. And Monday through Friday, I made sure that was going to be career driven. Whether it had to do around social media, whether it had to do around, I like to listen to a lot of things that Housing Wire puts out. All this stuff is for free, right? So it's not like I'm going out paying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars every single month. No, a lot of this stuff I find on YouTube, and it's fantastic. So my everything that I have done has really been based around that. So it's been fantastic for me to figure out how to better utilize my time. And frankly speaking, after I finish that workout and I've consumed whatever media for that morning, boy, let me tell you, for this year, every single day, I just feel like I'm in a much better place, in a much better way to start my day. Right, I'm able to have conversations with people on relevant topics, and typically all these podcasts and shows and everything that I'm consuming are pretty relevant within a couple of days. So it just gives me, I feel like, a real leg up as to how I start my day, and kind of sets me up for success.
Gotcha. Well, awesome. I love that. And you are one of the most consistent people that I know about, getting your morning workout in, getting your morning routine completed. And whenever I think about persistence, I think back to when I was in the infancy of my mortgage career. And I was part of, or I guess I was following and adhered to some of the guidance of a group in the industry that was, that was coaching loan officers, and their mentality was call every single week, and did you work or play, and it was just blunt persistence. So I want to share a story, because I don't do this in this fashion anymore. I've refined my systems and my processes, but this is what I think back to when I think of persistence. So back in those days, I was calling, as a loan officer, I was calling real estate agents every single week on a Monday. Did you work or play? Hey, I'd love to get together for coffee and learn more about your business. And I was consistently every single week, I was calling the same people. And typically I would call the same people for 3 months, and just every single week. And there was this one agent in particular that didn't answer week 1, didn't answer on week 4, didn't answer on week 7, didn't answer on week 9. 12 weeks in, 3 months in, had not answered a single one of my phone calls. And I was leaving voicemails. I was even sending follow-up texts in a lot of cases. Zero return communication. Just for grins and giggles, I called a 13th week. That agent picked up the phone and had a client that they referred to me. And they said to me, I remember this clear as day, Sean, the level of persistence that you've shown is insane. If you're half as persistent with helping with my clients, then I need to work with you. And this is somebody that I hadn't talked to 3 months. I hadn't answered a single phone call. So persistence, it pays off. And obviously in that scenario, I was being insanely consistent as well, right? With those weekly calls. Now, I'm not doing that in the same way anymore. I'm not calling the same people every single week, but when it comes to consistency and persistence, nowadays, what I leverage in my business, I leverage consistently providing value to my real estate partners on a recurring basis. And that's things through, like, I have a private real estate Facebook group for modern top producing real estate agents, where I'm consistently providing scripting, tools, resources, strategies, lead gen strategies to help them grow their business. I can't manage that group and have success with it if I'm not consistently adding content. So I'm doing that. I have a newsletter that is my weekly real estate strategy and lead generation playbook that I send out to my real estate partners and other real estate agents. I've been doing that consistently for just over a year now. And so I think back to the persistence that got me that referral that one time. And I look at how I can apply that level of persistence and consistency to the activities that I'm doing in my business nowadays. And if I'm executing at a high level with those activities, there's nowhere that I can go but growth. It's, the age-old adage, 1% better every day. We touched on this last week when talking about your Duolingo. And if I can, get just a little bit more consistent every single week, every single month, then that's going to propel my business forward in a ton of different ways. So every time I implement a new activity in my business, I ask myself, what is it going to take to be hyper consistent with this? And then whatever the answer to that question is, I tell myself, how can I make that simple? How can I simplify? If any of you tuning in have read Atomic Habits, right? One of the habit hacks is to make the habit simple. So I ask myself, what's it going to take to make this consistent? And then once I have that answer, what's it going to take to make those activities simple, to create easy consistency? in my business. And that's what I've been focused on with every activity that I've been doing, every activity that I implement on an ongoing basis.
Yeah. And, you know, I think another important part of it, you know, becomes the accountability part, right? So, you know, for me with the steps challenge, you know, I've been able to get Mark in on that same journey with me, right? So it's a lot easier. Another way to kind of hold myself accountable was doing it publicly. I typically will take a picture every single day at the end of the day of how many steps I've gotten and post it on my stories. You know, kind of a cool thing is when I meet with someone that I haven't necessarily met with in person before, you know, typically they'll bring that up, right? Because now, before you go and meet with anyone, they do some sort of social stalking. At least, sorry, you should if you're not. And you know, they'll take a look. Oh, wow, I see that you do that. Yeah, I do that, and I do it every single day. The only time that I don't post that is when I'm trying to let my stories expire, so that way, you know, I can get a little bit of a boost. But I still, you know what, I still send it to our group, and you guys see it every single day. So, you know, there's something there's something to be said about that. And you know, Sean, even when you're consistently calling, you know, whether it's on a spreadsheet or whatever, it's, you know, whether it's you have somebody else holding you accountable or you're holding yourself accountable, I think that's the next step to be able to you know, provide that consistency, right?
Well, and I want to throw this out there. I really love it when, you know, when I've got actionable steps that I can take. So for anyone tuning in, I want to give you a very actionable step. So one area of real estate, whether you're a real estate agent or a loan officer, one area that many of us tend to fall short of where we want to be is with our past client database. And I was on a fantastic call with an agent last week, and we were talking about her past client process, her past client strategies, whatever you want to call them. And she had told me that she's got about 50 past clients. You know, it's not a huge list, but it's not a tiny list either. She's been in the business for a little while. And she told me proactively that she felt bad that she wasn't doing a good enough job or being better about staying in front of her past clients. And her main crux of that was we get pulled in so many different directions in this industry that she felt just adding, oh, well, now I gotta follow up and I gotta connect with all these 50 people on a regular basis. It just felt overwhelming to her. And so I told her this, and I'm going to challenge everyone tuning in to do this. If you don't feel like you're as good as you want to be with your past clients, however many past clients that you have in your database, simply divide that by 26 or 52. If you got a large number, divide it by 52. If you got a smaller number, divide it by 26. She had 50. So I said to her, can you call 2 past clients once a week? You know, and we said, you know, Wednesdays, could you call 2 past clients every Wednesday? Just 2. And she's like, well, yeah, I could do that. And at the end of the call, I always like to ask, you know, for feedback. Hey, was this call helpful? Was this worth your time? Was this valuable? And she said to me, no joke, she said, if the only thing that you had said today was call 2 past clients a week, that would have been worth the price of admission right there, because it broke it down from this overwhelming, oh my gosh, on top of everything else that I'm doing, I got to stay on top of 50 people on a regular basis. It broke it down to a simple executable task, something that she can now be hyper consistent with because it's easy. And so I challenge everyone to do that with your past clients. But one step further, take a look at your business and take a look at the area of your business that, you know, be honest, be real with yourselves. And I try to do this on a regular basis. I need to do more of it, you know, honestly. Determine what areas of your business that you don't feel like you're as consistent as you would like to be, whether it's making phone calls, whether it's holding events, whether it's doing networking, whether it's reaching out to your past clients. Find those areas that you say, you know what, I wish I was more consistent, and find a way, or not find a way, but break it down and make it simple to the easiest, simplest activities that you can do in bite-sized chunks. So that way you can take one step at a time. You don't run a marathon with one step, or by taking one big step, right? You run a marathon by taking thousands of little steps. And so that's how we have to approach our businesses, is we've got to take thousands of little steps, but we have to understand what those little steps are. That's kind of my thoughts. Candido.
Yeah, no. And what I would say to that is, look, some days, some weeks, some months are going to be easier to accomplish some of these things than others. But the important thing is that you keep showing up. And if you have an issue with that, then that's when you really need to get somebody to be able to hold you accountable, right? It's always easier to be able to accomplish something like that if you have someone like, you know, we meet every single week just outside of the show, and it's like, hey, you know, what you said you were going to accomplish this, where are you at? And it's not something where, you know, we're trying to beat each other up. It's something where we're trying to make ourselves better, right? So I know for me, the best part about having our group every single week is, crap. Hey, if I didn't get this done, man, I got two guys that are going to be looking at me on, you know, every single week that are going to be like, hey, you said you were going to do this. What's up? So, you know, it's always easier once you have people like that, you know, on your side, being able to help, you know, guide you and, you know, are rooting for your success as well.
Well, and that's 100% correct. It is, the accountability is key, you know, and self-discipline is definitely a skill set. But self-discipline gets a lot easier when you've got others counting on you as well. So theme of today, you know, break your actions, your activities down into the simplest, easiest actions that you can take to create consistency, and then be persistent as hell with that consistency. Do it regardless of your mood. You know, do what you set out, execute the plan based on the plan, not your mood. I heard that in a video earlier today. I already used it. Look at that. But I appreciate everybody tuning in today. We are excited we're creeping up on 52 episodes, man. It's nuts. So if you're tuning in live, thank you for being here. If you're watching the replay, we appreciate you. For Candido, Mark Sullivan, and myself, this is The Reload Show. We're here every single Tuesday, 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern, and 9 a.m. Pacific. Didn't even break through that. Got it this time. All right, guys. Well, have an amazing rest of your day. If you haven't voted, get out there and vote. No matter who your candidate is, go out and make your voice heard. Have an awesome election day. Appreciate you guys. Take care.